Hello, everyone. My name is Chris, I guess. Welcome back to Surfside. As you can see, we're over here next to Surf's Up. This is in our last episode, went through and made this B&M stand-up surf roller coaster that I think came out pretty well. But let's look at what is new. So if you remember last episode, we had a bunch of construction walls up over here next to the boardwalk, that whole area. So I've spent the last couple weeks working on a brand new family area for the park that is pirate themed. So let's go ahead and take a look. Over here to the left, you'll see we have a pad. I wasn't really sure what to do over here. I figured we could have some temporary vendors like face paint, stuff like that, maybe food trucks that could come and park up and sell their stuff here. But I may come back and add some stuff there. But I figured for now it's just a nice area, maybe where people could come and take a seat right here across from the new bar. So this is based off of a bar at a resort that I used to work at. But it's pretty simple. It's just a couple seats out front. I worked in the back here, added some taps and ice machine, shelves, this sink, and this cash register is off of the workshop, as well as this refrigerator, which you've probably seen this in some of the other buildings in Surfside. But I'll make sure to link those all in the description below. Next to the sandbar, we have one of the entrances into Pirate's Playground. There's technically 3 entrances into this area. This is kind of one of the side ones. It wraps around the arcade, and then another path goes back there behind Surf's Up. Here we have a playground that is kind of nautical pirate themed. We have this pirate ship that you can play on that it took a few hours to work on. I use the symmetry tool that you can find when you're using the animatronic pieces. That's really helpful when making stuff like this. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's just really somewhere where the kids can hop up on it and just pretend they're pirates. Next to the pirate ship, you can find these playground pieces that are on the workshop. There's a whole set. I didn't really have to change anything here. I just changed the color of some of the stuff to match this area a little bit better. But I mean, it's a fantastic set. But right across from the playground, you have Pirate Pizza. So this is kind of themed the same way that the other grab-and-go restaurants in the park are done. So you've got the drink machines back there, or the refrigerators, that are from the workshop, and then just a simple tiled roof and floor. I figured they would probably make the pizza in the back of the building and then just kind of pass it through this window here, and then put a little pizza right there. Thought that came out pretty well. We have this nice little shaded seating area with these Dr. Fizz umbrellas. So trying to carry that theme out through the park about these drink machines being, or not these drink machines, these drink companies being a big sponsor for the park. So as we make our way down the path, next to Pirate Pizza, well, on the side there's the drink machines for the restaurant, so you can grab your drinks over there, or your cups, your souvenir cups, and then come over here and fill them up. Next to that, we have the Port Mercantile, which is, it's not a full interior, it's not really even a functioning gift shop, but this would be one of the main gift shops in this area. I figured since that is, it's not a huge building, so I figured some of the more commonly bought items or the stuff they really want to sell, we'd probably sell in this little outpost here, which is just a custom made roof with some shelves going all around it. Yeah, this was inspired by a similar shop at Animal Kingdom. Everything here is functional except for this t-shirt rack, which this was found on the workshop. I've been trying to use the workshop a lot more, especially with this area. It's taken a while to kind of do all the details here, so I've been relying on the workshop a little bit more. But as always, I'll make sure to link everything I use. So just past the outpost here, we have a theater, amphitheater, which I figured this would be kind of a comedy show that is pirate themed, called Planks for the Laughs. Down in the theater you can see the main set. We have the Don't Come In. This whole set is inspired heavily by a picture I found on Google of a outdoor pirate themed set that this comedy show uses. So I figured it'd be cool to use that, but on a bigger scale in our park. I like how the coaster interacts with the set and how everything is nice and shaded. It's I feel like this would be a good place to just kind of relax for a little while, get away from all the chaos that an amusement park might have. But continuing on, we have some photo ops over here with stockades and a cannon right here in front of the roller coaster station, which we'll visit that in just a second. But across from that, we have the Kraken Attack little mini Ferris wheel. I tried to shrink the ride pad down as much as I could, so when the guests get on and off the ride, you'll kind of see them clip through these planters and decorations here. But I figured, realistically, if they're getting off of the ride in that middle section here, they would just find their way out right here. Yeah, I tried to theme this in a generic theme, but also kind of keep that pirate theme going. So we have this backside of this building, which, I mean, you can see they just put up a fence up top to block the view for the HVAC system on the roof. But we have the souvenir cups ad back there, and then this is just a really simple cube, which it actually might even be, it's a little small, smaller than it should be. I'm honestly surprised so many people want to go on the tiny world here. So I may have to adjust the cube, but if anything, it'd probably just come out and be like an extended cube that with an invisible path or something like that. But right across from the Kraken Attack, we're going back and forth. We have the front view of the roller coaster, which this is called Buccaneers Run. This is a tiny roller coaster. I took a lot of inspiration from the roller coaster at Wild Adventures in Valdosta, Georgia. It's another Vekoma junior coaster, so I figured this would be a good layout to kind of replicate. The layout itself is pretty one-to-one. I don't think the entrance and exits or anything are in the same place, but I could be wrong there. You can see it comes soaring over the entrance, and we have this cool sign. Let's go ahead and go through the queue of Buccaneers Run here. So we have the main sign, and then we have a kind of sail to protect if anything falls off of the coaster onto this path. Don't want anybody to get hit on the head. We have the entrance there. So I wanted to keep everything kind of generic, but still have that pirate theme. So a lot of this is just like barrels and probably some stuff a wood or carpentry shop could make. We have like crates, a little crane, and all this while the coaster is kind of spinning around you. So you get some good interaction with it as it kind of flies all around. Yeah, like I mentioned, got a little shed, some barrels. A lot of this is overgrown, so I figured this whole area would have been made probably maybe 10-15 years ago. So it's had some time for all these plants to develop and start getting a little crazy. I went ahead and skipped the line. There's no priority pass on this one because there's not really a need for it, especially with these junior rides. I feel like this would probably get a good enough throughput where we wouldn't really need priority pass. The station here is pretty simple. We've got the wood cover with some fluorescent lights. The light switches are over there. You need to turn those on or off. Have some storage for loose items. Looks like somebody might have left their plushie over there. Make sure to get that back to them. Send that lost and found. Just hop on the other side here. I wanted to experiment a little bit with the operators stand and kind of give them some more storage for maybe tools or something like that. See, he's got his mug here that maybe has some coffee in, I don't know. But let's hop on Buccaneers Run and we'll take a ride. Yeah, so that is Buccaneers Run. It's a nice family roller coaster, kind of get kids used to the forces they might experience on a roller coaster, kind of get them used to that whole idea. So, I mean, it's pretty generically themed. We have just some barrels and a lantern out front as they leave the station. But let's head out and go down the ramp here. We'll see the ride photos. This is kind of themed in the same way some of the other ride photos in the park are themed. So you just have the TV there where you can pick out your photos, and then just some maybe extra flyers and kind of a generic office vibe in there. And as you make your way out of the exit here, you can see the Sea Screamer. This is just one of those big pirate boat swinging rides. I tried to shrink the pad down as much as I could. It's not actually shrunk, it's just kind of covered up in a lot of places. So we have this fountain out here in front, which when the ride initially starts up and starts swinging, this has water jets that will spray upwards. And other than that, we have some plant on either side. And we'll just go down the exit path here so you can kind of get an idea of what's back here. It's pretty generic. It's not themed anything crazy. It's just a bunch of plants, really. Kind of a shaded area while you're waiting to get on the Sea Screamer. And I added some extra supports and stuff up there because I figured we might need another support on that side for the sign. But let's head back around, and as you're making your way out of the exit of the Sea Screamer, we have some kind of kiddie rides. They're closed for today, but here's the operator booth, and I thought these came out pretty well. This is just a little drop tower that I made. I found some reference images on Google where there's just a lighthouse themed ride just like this, and I thought that was cool, so I wanted to try to replicate it and put it in the park. But I'll make sure to put this and, well, both of these rides up on the workshop as soon as I can. This one's just a little spinning pirate ship ride. I figured the pirate ships would go up and down. They're actually scaled to the right size, so I know they look a little bit tiny in game, but I promise they're scaled as best as I could get them. That kind of brings us back around to the main entrance into Pirates Playground. We have some more of these drink machines that we went over in the last episode, and it comes back around to Midway Munchies. But over in the middle, we have these remote control boats that you can pay to drive around for a little while. Have a lighthouse in the middle and some rocks to kind of watch out for. But yeah, this be one of those situations where you just pay like, I don't know, $1 for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes or something, and then you just can drive the boat around. I figured this red one someone might have paid for and then they just ran away from it, so that's why it's kind of spinning out of control and making its own laps around the pool here. But I figured this little building here would probably be the pumps and everything. You can see we have access to pipes there in case you needed, but that's just kind of generic pirate theme. Just threw a pirate wheel up on it and some nets and called it a day. Over here next to that we have the Smitha Sword, which this I took inspiration from Disney, where you can go and make your own lightsaber. So I figured Surfside might have teamed up with some kind of toy company where you can come in here, kind of like a Build-A-Bear workshop, I guess, and pick out some certain parts on a sword you might want, maybe some light up ones, something like that. And you can just make your own sword. And of course it's a little play sword where you can take it around the park and maybe go back over to the pirate ship over there and have fun imagining you're a pirate. That's pretty much ground level for Pirates Playground. Let me show you what it looks like kind of from above and where everything is situated, so we can kind of get an idea of maybe what's to come. So over here we have Surf's Up from our last episode. We have Tide Rider from the first, and then the arcade from, I believe that was the second episode. So in the future, I believe we'll have maybe some backstage areas back here, some more rides stuff back here, and then of course you can see the pool back here. I mean, this is all subject to change, so be aware of that. But yeah, other than this section of the park, nothing's really changed too drastically. But that's how Surfside stands as of today. I appreciate everybody's patience over the past couple weeks, as this took a little while to get done, but hopefully the next episode won't take as long to get out to you guys. But if you're still here and you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good fun YouTube stuff. And I will see you all in the next adventure. Take care.